Hello everyone. Welcome again to our subject EPDV 1143. Play in Early Childhood Education. Today we are going to discuss Unit 5 Play across the curriculum.
First, let's look at the learning outcome for this unit. At the end of this unit, you are expected to be able to identify playful approaches for supporting children's emerging abilities to communicate mathematically. Identify playful approaches for supporting children's emerging abilities for literacy. Identify playful approaches for supporting children's emerging abilities for information and communication technology, ICT. Identify playful approaches for supporting children's emerging abilities in science and technology. Playful approaches to mathematics. Let's talk about how we can make learning math fun for young children. It's really important to use playful ways to teach math because it helps kids get interested and excited about learning. We should give them lots of chances to explore and solve different problems. This way, they can learn new words related to math, think carefully about problems, and talk about math with others. One key point to remember is that these playful experiences allow children to practice important skills like reasoning and communication. When we let kids play with math concepts, they not only learn but also enjoy the process. Let's talk about how children learn through play in early mathematics education. When kids play, they try out new things, take risks, and keep going even if things get tough. This is important because it helps them grow. For example, when children play with blocks, they learn about space and how to solve problems. This is called spatial awareness. In pretend play, kids might use real money. This helps them become curious, learn to compare things, and understand math in everyday situations. Finally, discussing picture books full of math words helps children understand and use mathematical language. Remember, these playful activities help children enjoy learning math. They use everyday items and creativity to make learning fun. These activities not only teach math but also help children develop a love for learning by playing and exploring with different materials. Montague Smith and Price, 2012, give us some interesting ideas about playful strategies in learning. They say these strategies are powerful because they let each child understand in their own way. It's fun for everyone and doesn't make kids worry about getting the right answer. Let me share a few examples. 1. Deliberate misunderstanding. Sometimes, when a child gives instructions, the teacher might pretend not to understand. This helps the child learn as they explain it clearly. 2. Playful challenges. A teacher might say, "I bet you can't count this many." This makes counting a fun challenge. 3. Measuring playfully. When a child builds a block tower, the teacher might start measuring from the middle, making the child correct them and learn to measure from the bottom. 4. Artistic play. In art, if a child makes a snake with spots, the teacher might joke, "There are too many spots to count." This encourages counting and problem solving. These strategies help children learn without pressure and make math an enjoyable adventure. In this slide, we are exploring fun ways to teach math using humor and surprises. First, we have humor. It's like when you pretend that a polar bear is taller than a giraffe. This makes kids laugh, but also think about size and comparison. Next, using puppets. Puppets can make mistakes on purpose, like mixing up numbers. When Frederico the frog jumps on a number line and says the wrong order, kids get to correct him. This helps them learn without fear of making mistakes. Finally, let's play with patterns. Imagine clapping in a pattern, like 1 clap, then 2 claps. Suddenly, you switch to 1 clap, then 3 claps. This surprise keeps kids engaged and thinking about patterns. These playful strategies make learning math fun and help children feel comfortable trying new things. Today, we're going to talk about something called mathematical proficiency. This is a big term, but it just means being really good at math. There are 5 important parts of being good at math. 1. Conceptual understanding. This means knowing what math ideas really mean. 2. Procedural fluency. This is about being able to do math steps easily and correctly. 3. Strategic competence. This involves finding good ways to solve math problems. 4. Adaptive reasoning. This means being able to think about math problems in different ways and explain your thinking. 5. Productive disposition. This is about enjoying math and believing you can do it. When children have lots of fun and interesting math activities, they get better at these 5 things over time. As kids work on these parts, they become more and more skilled in math. This doesn't happen overnight, it takes time and practice. Our goal is to help children enjoy learning math and become confident in their skills. This way, math becomes a fun and exciting part of their learning journey. Mathematical proficiency is important for helping young children understand math well. It means they can talk about math, think about it, and solve problems. We want kids to learn these skills by using math in their everyday experiences. This is known as mathematization. It's about taking what they see or do and thinking about it in a math way. For example, when children play with blocks, we can help them see how math is part of that play. We can ask them questions like, how many blocks did you use? Or, can you make a pattern with the blocks? This makes the math ideas clear and helps kids see how math fits into their world. It's important to make math fun and easy to understand. By doing this, kids will want to learn more about math and get better at it. Helping children see math everywhere helps them become better at it. This is what we mean by mathematizing their experiences. Adaptive reasoning is an important part of learning math. It means being able to explain why you did something in math. This can be done in a formal way, like writing it down, or informal, like talking about it. Children learn better when they talk about their ideas and explain the steps they took to solve a problem. Teachers can help by creating fun and interesting ways for children to learn math. This could be through games or activities that make math exciting. The goal is to help children think about math in new ways, which helps them become better at math overall. Remember, making math fun and engaging helps children want to learn more. Playfulness is a key part of learning for young children. It helps them enjoy what they're doing and keeps them interested. When kids play while learning math, it gives them a reason to talk about what they're doing. This helps them understand better. It's important to make math tasks fun and meaningful. If kids understand why they're doing something, they're more likely to want to do it.
Belajar sambil main. Bahagian 1. Cepat.
Ya, betul, Caci.
Nasib baik cikgu tak sampai lagi.
Kenapa korang lambat?
Selalu awal.
Ipin ni, pagi-pagi sibuk cari buku latihan matematik. Tapi tak jumpa pun. Buku tu kan dah hantar? Kenapa kau punya ada? Aku tak hantar hari tu. Apa, Upin?
Duduk, cik datang.
Bangun! Selamat pagi, cikgu.
Selamat pagi, cikgu.
Selamat pagi semua.
Isan, apa tu?
Aku pun tak tahu.
Cikgu pasang apa tu?
Apa tu, cikgu?
Ha.
Apa tu? Entahlah. Aku pun tak tahu.
Murid-murid, inilah tablet.
Tablet tu apa?
Saya ada, cikgu. Daddy saya belikan.
Ya? Ihsan guna tablet untuk apa?
Main game.
Oh, kalau begitu, Ihsan mesti lagi suka tablet ni.
Wah.
Sekarang, cikgu nak semua ambil seorang satu.
Lampu hijau.
Saya
Now
ada
let's
duit
talk
ringgit
about
je,
playful
cikgu.
approaches to literacy.
Tak payah bayar. Sekolah sediakan.
Wah.
Baiknya, cikgu.
Jadi, murid-murid kena hargai dan jaga elok-elok.
Baik, cikgu.
Sekarang, buka tablet. Tekan ni.
Kan ni.
Tablet
pendidikan.
Lepas tu, cikgu.
Banyaknya. Matematik, sains, semua belajar je.
Mana? Tak ada pun, Isan.
Tekan je lah.
Murid-murid, tengok sini. Ikut cikgu.
Wah, dah ada. Yeay, dah ada.
Saya tak ada pun. Saya punya sudah rosak.
Buat perlahan-lahan. Macam ni.
Terima kasih. Cikgu banyak pandai. Yeay. Sudah.
Mulai hari ni, kita guna tablet untuk belajar.
Buku?
Tak payah bawa. Tapi, simpan kat rumah sebagai rujukan.
Wah, beg ringan juga.
Ayah, saya tak dapat baca buku lagi.
Boleh, bacalah di rumah. Di sekolah, baca dengan ni. Mulai esok, cikgu nak murid-murid bawa satu buku latihan.
Bagi matematik.
Dengar? Tablet tu tak boleh bawa balik. Simpan kat sini.
Kenapa?
Alah, tak boleh bawa balik, tak seronok lah. Tak dapat main game.
Yelah, mana boleh bawa balik? Boleh digunakan kat sekolah aja.
Ku semangat. Terkejut, Opa.
Kita orang pun terkejut.
Apa hal ni?
Opa, kat sekolah tadi, kita orang dapat tablet.
Tablet? Oh, ubat.
Bukan. Tablet yang macam ni. Lepas tu, guna macam ni.
Oh, TV.
Bukan. Dia kecil, ada gambar tu.
Oh, kamera.
Bukan.
Habis tu apa? Mana dia? Tunjuk.
Cepatlah, kau yang cakap. Tak ada. Kena simpan kat sekolah.
Ini ke?
Inilah tablet.
Oh, benda ni.
Akak, mana boleh bawa balik? Ni kan sekolah punya.
Taklah. Ini akak punya.
Akak, nak tengok, nak tengok.
Boleh, marilah.
keluar pun mesti main tablet.
Apa ni? Rosak gambar akak. Pergi jauh. Kacau je.
Akak buat apa tu?
Buat apa lagi? Tengok ni.
Wow, Fuyo, boleh tangkap gambar.
Mestilah.
Wah, boleh buat apa lagi tak?
Boleh dengar lagu.
Wah.
Tengok video.
Nak tengok?
Boleh main game.
Game?
Ada banyak game.
Oh, tablet kita mesti ada banyak game juga kan? Yeay! Seronoknya. Tak sabar nak pergi sekolah. Lambatnya cikgu ni. Tak sabar nak main game. Betul-betul. Aku pun nak main juga. Tak sabarnya.
Selamat pagi semua.
Cikgu.
Yeay, cikgu sampai.
Cikgu. Cepatlah bagi tablet kita orang.
Tak sabar nak belajar. Biar betul fizik.
Hey.
Wah, bagus. Semua bersemangat nak belajar. Sekejap ya.
Aku dulu. Jangan ambil saya punya.
Ibu tak aku punya. Jangan berebut. Sama-sama.
Sudah dapat.
Kau dah ambil ke belum?
Mari kita mulakan belajar membaca.
Kenapa tak main game?
Membaca tu kan seronok. Tekan ni. Ikut cikgu ya murid-murid.
Ehsan, tekan yang ni ke?
Tekan ni.
Ini lagu.
Yelah, kita membaca sambil menyanyi.
Wah, saya suka. Saya juga suka. Saya tahu lagu ini.
Suzanti pun tahu.
Semua tahu kan lagu ni? Cikgu mulakan ya.
Baik, cikgu.
Bangau, oh bangau, kenapa engkau kurus?
Macam mana aku tak kurus? Ikan tak nak timbul.
Ikan, oh ikan, kenapa kau tak timbul?
Macam mana aku nak timbul? Rumput panjang sangat.
Rumput, oh rumput, kenapa panjang sangat?
Macam mana aku tak panjang? Kerbau dah makan aku.
Kerbau, oh kerbau, kenapa tak makan rumput?
Macam mana aku nak makan? Perut aku sakit. Sakitnya.
Perut, oh perut, kenapa engkau sakit?
Nasi mentah. Apa?
Itu nasi mentah ke?
Nasi, oh nasi, kenapa engkau mentah?
Macam mana aku tak mentah? Kayu api basah mah.
Kayu, oh kayu, kenapa engkau basah?
Macam mana aku tak basah? Hujan timpa aku.
Pensan lagi.
Hujan, oh hujan, kenapa engkau turun?
Di mana aku nggak turun? Kata panggil aku sih.
Kata, oh kata, kenapa panggil hujan?
Macam mana aku tak panggil? Nenek aku kata ular nak makan aku. Kena panggil hujan.
Ular, oh ular, kenapa kau makan katak?
Yeay! Macam mana aku tak makan? Memang makanan aku. Betul. Yeay!
Seronok kan membaca sambil menyanyi?
Seronok!
Fizi, kau cuba tekan.
Tak ada game pun. Cikgu, tak ada game ke?
Ada? Murid-murid, tekan ni.
Ada lah kan, cikgu. Yang ni ke, cikgu? Hah? Ini matematik. Mana boleh main?
Boleh. Mari kita belajar matematik sambil main. Tekan ni. 10 tolak 7. Tinggal berapa katak? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Samalah katak kita.
Mimi, berapa jawapannya?
Kosong.
Ha? Macam mana jadi kosong?
Katak tak cantik, cikgu. Saya tak suka. Semua saya tolak dalam kolam. Tak suka katak. Tolak lagi lah. 9, 10. Allah, dah habis. 3. Ihsan, macam ni lah. Masuk. Kosong lagi.
Fizi, jangan kacau lah.
Fizi, berapa?
Tinggal 1 katak. Betul tak, cikgu?
Ihsan, kamu pun salah.
Salah kau.
Saya, cikgu.
Upin?
Tinggal 3 ekor katak, cikgu. Betul.
Pandai Upin.
Wah, hebat.
Soalan seterusnya.
Ikan. Sedapnya.
3 tambah 5. Sekarang ada berapa ekor ikan dalam bakul?
1, 2, 3.
Kita nak tambah lagi berapa ikan?
5.
Semua ikut cikgu. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Saya tak ada ikan. Tak ada ikan.
7, 8, 9, 10. Banyaknya ikan aku.
Cukup. 5 je. 3 tambah 5, berapa jawapannya?
15.
Salah. Cuba kira betul-betul. Berapa?
15.
Salah.
Kau lah ni, Fizi. Salah.
Kenapa salah?
Ipin.
8, 11. Taklah, cikgu. 8.
Oh, 8 jawapannya.
Mari kita cuba lagi. Kali ni, kira betul-betul. Jangan main-main.
Kata kira sambil main.
Iyalah, main betul-betul.
Tapi, kalau main...
Kira je lah.
Bisa kau, Fizi.
Baiklah, balik nanti buat latihan matematik. Muka surat 1 hingga 10.
Allah, cikgu. Banyaknya.
Ish, tak kena pula.
Seronoknya.
Sikit lagi.
Kakak.
Now please identify 3 scientific process skills that the children developed during this activity. Explain your answer using examples from the case study.
Ish,
That's all for now.
tarik-tarik ni?
Thank you all for
Tak buat
listening.
kerja
If you have
sekolah
any
ke?
question, please do
Tengah
ask
buat lah
during our
ni.
tutorial class. If you
Tengok
like the
ni.
video, do press the like button below.
Oh,
Have a great day.
senanglah belajar macam ni. Kenapa cikgu tak bagi bawa balik tablet kita? Ini kena buat dalam buku.
Baguslah tu. Secanggih-canggih tablet, kena guna buku juga. Sekurang-kurangnya kau orang pandai menulis. Bukan tahu tekan-tekan je.
Dengar tu. Korang kecil lagi. Kalau bagi tablet, nanti asyik main sampai tak ingat dunia. Kerja sekolah pun tak siap.
Yelah.
Creating a math talk environment is all about making a space where everyone can talk about their math ideas and experiences. This includes both teachers and children. In a math talk environment, children get to think about math and talk about it with others. This helps them link what they learn in math to their everyday lives. When children feel safe to talk about math without worrying about getting answers wrong, they can explore and learn better. Teachers are important in this setting. They help start and guide the conversations. They show how to talk about math and help children learn by talking about what they think and know. This way, math becomes something everyone can talk about and learn together. In this slide, we're focusing on how different things can affect how much and how well children talk about math. First, we have to think about the social setting and how people in different cultures feel about math. These things can change how children talk about math. It's really important for teachers to make sure every child gets enough time, tools, and help to learn math and talk about it. The teacher should make the math class a safe place. Here, children can take risks, and all their answers and ideas are respected and looked at. When teachers challenge children in a fun way with math words, it helps kids talk about math more. Teachers need to help make what children know and think about math clear for everyone to see. Remember, playful challenges can be a strong way to get kids talking more about math. Let's talk about how teachers can help kids use better math language in class. First, teachers can use fun ways to teach math. This helps kids feel brave enough to try new things and solve problems in their own ways. When kids talk to each other about math, they start to feel more comfortable and learn better. Second, the usual way of teaching, with the teacher talking and kids listening, needs to change. Kids should talk to each other more. This helps them learn to challenge each other's ideas, which is important in a math talk environment. Lastly, when kids start talking to each other about math, they depend less on the teacher. This is a big step toward creating a classroom where everyone learns. Now let's talk about playful approaches to literacy. In this slide, we're exploring how children can change roles in stories, from bad guys to good guys, all in one reading. This change happens when they fully dive into the story and become part of it. It's like they're inside the story itself. For this to work well, stories and books need to be all around in different play areas. This helps kids get used to story language while they play. The teacher plays a big role here too. When teachers tell stories in a fun and lively way, it really grabs the kids' attention. Kids are more interested in stories that take place in places they know, involve people they're familiar with, and feature exciting adventures. This makes storytelling a really important tool in teaching. Now let's talk about playful approaches to literacy. When children hear stories and look at picture books often, it helps them learn to write their own stories. Stories give children the words and ideas they need to start reading and writing. It's like giving them tools to open up a new world. As they grow, we should not only give them plain black and white books. It's important for them to see different kinds of books with pictures and colors. Kids who play with ideas and make jokes show they really understand things. So, using humor in the classroom is very important. We should choose funny books, poems, and songs because they make learning fun and help children engage more deeply. This slide highlights the importance of using rhyme, rhythm, and repetition in teaching young children. These elements are not just fun, they actually help kids learn better. First, many experts say that daily activities involving these elements are very beneficial for literacy. Children, and even adults, find it easier to remember songs and rhymes than plain text. Why? Because the beat and rhyme make it easier to remember. Simple songs and rhymes can boost a child's memory, imagination, and logical thinking skills. When kids repeatedly hear and clap along to rhymes and songs, they're not just having fun. They're learning about rhythm, which is important for developing their listening skills and memory. These activities can help kids recognize different sounds, which is a key step in learning to read. In summary, using rhyme, rhythm, and repetition provides a strong foundation for children's literacy and cognitive development. Playful literacy connects closely with music. When we use rhymes, they naturally make listening fun. One interesting fact is that kids who can keep a steady beat often do better in school later on. Finger rhymes and action songs not only entertain but also help kids move their whole body. This movement supports both big and small muscle skills. Singing and rhymes are great for helping kids understand sounds in words. A study showed that kids who are good at spotting rhymes learn to read faster and more successfully, no matter their background or intelligence. Rhymes are not just fun, they help us in many ways. They are important for our language, but they also help us grow in other areas like thinking, moving, getting along with others, and feeling emotions. When we learn rhymes, our brains have to remember and notice patterns. This helps us think better. Rhymes also involve moving our bodies, like rocking or swaying, which is good for our balance system called the vestibular system. This system helps us understand movement and balance, and it's important when we are young. Rhymes also make us laugh and have fun. When teachers or adults enjoy rhymes with kids, it makes kids feel happy and connected. This connection is good for their feelings and emotions. So, as you can see, rhymes are more than just words, they help us grow in many ways. Let's keep this in mind as we explore more about how playful learning supports child development. Puppets can make learning language and literacy fun and interesting for children. When we use puppets, we tell stories that are rich with new words and exciting narratives. This captures kids' imaginations and helps them learn to connect the real world with the world of make-believe. One great thing about using puppets is that there's no fixed script, so we can adapt the story to keep the children engaged. This flexibility helps children learn and develop skills as they follow along with the story. Saracho, 2012, says that storytelling directly touches children's imaginations. When we use puppets well, this connection helps kids grow in their language skills and imagination. Puppets are a key tool in making learning both educational and delightful. Now, let's look at this diagram. It shows us how play can support children's literacy development. First, literacy is not only about reading and writing. It also includes listening, speaking, understanding, remembering, and learning new words. The outside of the circle shows different playful ways to support literacy. First, we have puppets. Children can use puppets to talk, tell stories, ask questions, and act out different situations. This helps them practice speaking and communication. Next, we have storytelling. When children listen to stories, they learn new vocabulary, improve their listening skills, and use their imagination. Teachers can also ask questions about the story to encourage children to think and respond. We also have rhythm, rhyme, and repetition. Songs, rhymes, and repeated words help children remember language and recognize sounds. For example, singing the same nursery rhyme many times helps children become familiar with the words and sounds. The diagram also shows playful activities. These can include pretend play, language games, role play, and other activities where children use language naturally. Now, if we look at the center of the diagram, we can see the different literacy skills that children can develop. These include vocabulary, listening, memory, sound awareness, motivation, confidence, and understanding print. Now we're looking at how three important themes work together to help young children learn to read and write. These themes can be used in a fun and playful way, both on their own and together, to support the growth of important early reading and writing skills. First, let's think about the diagram we saw earlier. It shows us how these themes connect with each other. By using them, we can create a learning environment that's both enjoyable and educational for children. The playful approaches to literacy mean that we can teach children in a way that feels like play. This makes learning much more engaging for them and helps them develop important skills without feeling like they're doing hard work. Remember, the key is to make learning fun and interactive. When children enjoy what they're doing, they're more likely to remember and understand what they're learning. By using these playful methods, we're giving children a strong foundation in literacy that will help them throughout their education. Let's continue with ICT made playful. When it comes to technology and young children, people have different opinions. Some worry that digital tools might not be good for young kids. They think these tools might make kids more passive, keep them from being physically active, make them feel lonely, and aren't suitable for early childhood development. On the other hand, some people believe that digital tools can be very helpful. They think these tools can help kids learn more, develop new skills, and find new ways to work together and learn. This argument about whether technology is good or bad for young children is ongoing, and it is not easy to find a clear answer. When we think about play, we often imagine activities that are fun, allow freedom, and let children make their own choices. Now, let's consider digital play. Many digital toys and games for children are advertised as play, but they often have fixed answers and don't give much room for creativity. Instead of letting kids explore freely, these games focus on getting the right answer and following set instructions. This can mean that digital play might not always be as playful as we might hope. While many digital tools claim to aid learning through games, evidence supporting their effectiveness is weak, often presenting simple tasks dressed up as fun. When adults direct kids to use these programs, children may perceive them as work rather than play, missing the enjoyment typically associated with games. Hence, it's crucial to evaluate how these activities are framed and whether children truly find them engaging or view them as just another task. Digital play benefits children's learning and growth in various ways. It fosters playful competition through games like tennis or bowling on the Wii. It promotes teamwork by enabling collaborative projects, such as creating animated films, which enhance problem-solving and role-sharing skills. Researchers Edwards and Bird identified two types of digital play. Epistemic play involves exploration and problem-solving with technology. Ludic play focuses on creative and imaginative use of technology. Recognizing these forms of play highlights the educational and enjoyable aspects of digital tools, warranting further exploration in classrooms. When we talk about play potential with digital resources, Edwards and Bird have some helpful ideas. They say that teachers should start by watching what kids are already doing when they play. This means seeing if a child is curious about how technology works or if they are using it in creative and new ways. Once we understand their interests, we can help those interests grow and develop. It's important to know when a child is ready to move from just exploring technology to using it for specific tasks or creative projects. This requires the teacher to watch closely and make smart decisions. By mixing play and learning with technology, teachers can create many chances for kids to learn in fun and engaging ways. 3 forms of learning through digital technologies for children. Operational learning. Children learn to use technology, similar to riding a bike. Curricular knowledge and understanding. They acquire new information and skills, applying them to real-world problems. Developing positive dispositions to learning. Kids become more curious, confident, and persistent, fostering a lasting love for learning. These learning forms enhance children's technology interaction and encourage lifelong learning. Next, we'll discuss how to guide these experiences through interactions. In this slide, we are focusing on guided interactions in learning environments. This concept is about how teachers can help children learn, especially when using technology. There are 2 types of guided interactions. 1. Distal guided interaction. This involves all the planning and decisions teachers make before interacting directly with the children. It includes how they organize resources, arrange staff, and set expectations for learning. This planning happens away from the children, but it helps prepare for effective learning experiences. 2. Proximal guided interaction. This is the direct interaction between teachers and children. It includes activities like talking with the children, demonstrating how to use technology, and ensuring that the children have positive and engaging experiences with technology. By combining these 2 types of interactions, educators can create a supportive learning environment that enhances children's experiences with technology. Let's talk about how teachers can use playful teaching with technology. This is a type of teaching where fun and learning happen together. First, let's look at distal guided interactions. These are the things teachers plan and set up before the kids start playing. For example, teachers need to choose the right tools and games that are fun and easy to use. They should know how to use these tools well so they can help the kids without any problems. Now, let's move to proximal guided interactions. This happens when teachers work directly with the kids. They might say, "What happens if we do this?" or, "Let's try this together." This makes learning fun and helps kids feel good about trying new things. Teachers also watch how kids play and learn with the technology. They notice if some kids feel worried or don't join in because of what their friends do or say. Teachers can then help these kids feel better and join in the fun. The goal is to make sure every child feels included and excited to learn with technology. By watching closely and guiding play, teachers can help each child learn in a way that works best for them. Let's look at how families can shape how children learn with technology. First, we have 3 key differences between families that affect children's learning experiences. 1. Parents' attitudes towards technology can be different. Some parents may not believe in the educational value of tech toys, while others see them as very beneficial. 2. How parents think children learn is important. Some might let their kids learn by making mistakes, while others give clear instructions to follow. 3. Everyday family habits matter. These habits can decide if children get to use technology alone or with their siblings. Understanding these differences helps us see why each child might have a unique experience with technology. Let's continue with the playful approaches to science and technology. Children naturally love to learn new things and solve problems. This means they are curious and think like scientists even before starting school. Our job as teachers is to keep their excitement about science and technology alive. We need to teach science in a way that is fun and easy for them to understand, but also make sure we teach the correct scientific methods. Using play in teaching helps kids understand science better. Through play, teachers can create real-world situations in a safe place, allowing kids to use their imagination. This helps them make sense of difficult science ideas. By making learning playful, we create an environment where children feel free to explore and learn in a way that is both fun and educational. Play is a very important part of learning science. When kids play, they are having fun, but they are also learning about difficult ideas in science. This is because they can explore and ask questions while playing. Think about when kids build with blocks. They might not know it, but they are learning about balance and weight. These are real science ideas they can understand through play. Play helps kids become better at asking questions, which is a big part of doing science. By playing, kids are not just having fun, they are getting better at science. Remember, the main point here is that play makes learning about science easier and more fun for kids. It's not just playtime, it's a time for learning and exploring. So, let's think about how we can make learning science more playful and enjoyable for everyone. Playful teaching methods do more than just make learning fun. They challenge children and help them complete tasks that might seem hard at first. Even though some people think play is just for fun, research shows that children can achieve a lot through play. Vygotsky, a famous thinker, said that children can reach their best through play. Pierce, another expert, described play as a serious study that kids do on their own. This highlights how important play is for learning science. By using playful methods, science lessons focus more on the children. This approach keeps them interested and helps them work through tough ideas. This way, children feel more in control and are motivated to keep going, even when the topics are tough. Remember, making learning fun doesn't mean it's not serious. It's a powerful way to help children learn and grow. Let's do a short activity. This is a case study, please read the scenario. Now, explain how the teacher used play-based learning to develop children's scientific thinking. Support your answer with 2 examples from the case study. That's all for now. Thank you all for listening. If you have any question, please do ask during our tutorial class. If you like the video, do press the like button below. Have a great day.